I've had a few questions about the Piro Trainer recently, so this is a very quick look at where we're going to find it in a few of the most popular simulators. Each sim has its own spin on it, so I'll cover anything that might be useful. So in neXt, it's called the Piro Trainer, and that's what I tend to call it, regardless of the sim I'm in. If you press Escape, go to Settings, and select Miscellaneous, you'll see a list of the hotkeys. In there it's listed as the Z key, so if we close that and then press the Z key, we'll be there. In neXt, you can change the height and you can also set a Piro rate. I know a few people that like the automatic rudder, but I prefer to control the rudder manually as I figure it's good for training the fingers anyway. Heli X is another good simulator that has a Piro trainer, but they call it no collective training. You'll find it under the Training Helicopters menu. It does exactly the same thing as neXt. I've bound training to the T key in controller configuration, so now it repeats the last training operation whenever I press T. There is an interesting option in there to only lock the height so the heli can move around. I'm not 100% sure what would be a good way of using this, as the model drifts and moves in odd directions. I use it occasionally for things like rolling loops when you can sort of check that your collective is correct. I'm not sure it helps, but it defo stresses the brain a lot trying to keep it in the right place. RealFlight has something called lock position. You have to open the console by pressing the tilde key and then type lock position. When you hit enter, it will lock the position of the helicopter wherever it is. So before you do that, get the heli into a hover somewhere around head height and then press the enter key, followed by the tilde to close the console. It operates in exactly the same way as the others. Just a bit of a pain to start it, and there aren't any fancy options as far as I can tell. And then we come to AccuRC. This doesn't have a Piro trainer, and they suggest you use simulation speed. If you go into System Settings, Simulation, you'll be able to change the simulation speed to slower or faster. Now I've tried this multiple times over the years, and I just can't get on with it. Problem is that when you're trying to learn a Piro loop, for example, the model will move or drop to the floor. So I'm concentrating on getting the cyclic right, and the model is all over the place. I much prefer to have it stuck in front. The other thing is I can't move quickly. That sounds obvious, but when I start from the ground or I want to practice a rolling circuit from the right, it takes a while to get in position. It drives me absolutely nuts. If you've had success changing the simulation speed, please let me know in the comments, as I'd be interested to hear exactly how it worked for you. That's all for now. Until next time, good luck.